Today, U.S. and Russian officials are in Saudi Arabia for high-stakes talks on ending the war in Ukraine. These are the first U.S.-Russia talks since the war started nearly 3 years ago. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, and Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff met with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in Riyadh for 4.5 hours today. Joining me now, former U.S. Ambassador to Russia, Michael McFaul. Ambassador, what did the U.S. and Russia actually agree to today?
I don't think they've agreed to anything yet, but I think they're at cross purposes for what the purpose of the meeting was. If you listen to the Russian officials, Mr. Ushakov in particular, Putin's foreign policy advisor for 15 or 16 years, he was there when I was ambassador, he made it very clear that they want to restart U.S.-Russian relations. That's what this is about. This is about U.S.-Russian relations to them, including many issues beyond Ukraine. The American delegation, or so we were led to believe, is there to start the peace negotiations. And because of that disconnect, you didn't have any agreement. You have to talk about restoring relations from the Russian side, and on the American side, we have yet to see any details of what a peace negotiation might look like.
So potential misalignment of views going in of what these talks were even supposed to be about. But you know Sergei Lavrov. You've sat at tables just like this one with the Russians. So what do you hope these American officials kept in mind? And how serious do you think that Putin is actually considering this peace deal, potential peace deal?
So I have negotiated with Sergei Lavrov and Yuri Ushakov sitting right next to him for many years. And I would say two things. One, they're not going to give anything in the beginning, and they're going to stake out maximalist positions. And the American strategy should therefore not be to respond to those. Number two, to the best of my knowledge, I've seen absolutely no evidence that Putin is prepared to provide any concessions. And instead, he just waits for us to keep adding concessions, right? So no membership to NATO for Ukraine, give territory. There are now reports saying that we're going to lift sanctions. We are negotiating with ourselves while they just sit on the other side and wait for us to give more. And so I think they have to change their thinking about this, and they have to begin to say what Russia needs to do and what Russia needs to concede in order to start this peaceful negotiation. If it's all concessions on the Ukrainian side or the Western side, this will lead to failure.
Yeah, that has been the piece of the conversation that's missing. Many asking the question that you're asking, which is what is Russia giving up in this scenario? Ambassador Michael McFaul, thank you for joining us.